Hello. Here we are. Okay. Wow, my light is like right there. But anyways. That's better. Okay, so here is what we're working on tonight. Assault Terminators. Cool. I already did one group of these guys because I wanted the Thunder Hammers, but Lightning Claws are too cool. And I kind of want to get those too, even though technically I should be able to, like magnetize them. But, oh, I gotta bring it. Okay, there. I should be able to magnetize them and get them like that. But I don't like drilling into the figures. I kind of like bigger models. I don't mind so much. But I always fear like I'm going to mess up the figures if I drill into like their shoulders or their arms. But anyways, so that is the plan for tonight. And we still have our Christmas tree up. Because we're those kind of people. It's going to be up till February. I'm thinking, most likely. It's kind of hot in here. I turned the heat down. I should not have left it up high and closed the door. There's it. I should probably get this down. Hello. Let's look down there. That's good. Okay. Instruction booklet. Decals. Should switch back over to YouTube. There. Okay. So we're going to do Lightning Claws. That's the plan for tonight. I should keep this over here with all my decals. All right. So if you have not seen the instructions, this is them. They're actually pretty straightforward, but you do a lot of pre-assembly of like the gear early on. So all the Lightning Claws, all the Thunder Hammers. And it's just one after the other after the other. Very straightforward. I want to make the Blood Angels, so I should probably fish out the shoulder pads once I get these going. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. And also, hello. Good to see you guys. All right. Only 3 sprues. For some reason, I thought there'd be more, even though I put together a group. Okay. And the 40 millimeter bases. Trash. Let's see. I need to get shoulder pads for Blood Angels out, which is involved in this big old pack of stuff. There's Dark Angels. There we go. I'm not going to go too crazy with the iconography. For the Blood Angels, these guys kind of make them more baseline. So just the shoulder pads. That is my plan, at least. But these are all the Blood Angel shoulder pads. It's usually easy to pick out the Terminator ones because they're huge, and they're the only ones that don't have a rim. Here, that is a Terminator shoulder pad because it has no line on the outside. I need 5 of those suckers. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so they were all set. This should be fun. Terminators are always fun to put together. If I get done with them early, I was going to, since I want a vampire Soul Blight Grave Lords. So there. That was my plan. So thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. All right, so we have to put together all of the. You know what? I put together all of the lightning claws from the earlier set. I should probably just grab those guys. If I'm just going to do lightning claws and not magnetize. Yeah, I've got a bunch. Throw them together. So, yes, what's up? Oh, hey, Smooth. How's it going? It's always good to see you. Oh, hey, guys. That's 2, 3. Oh, it's a hammer. 3, 4, 6. I've got 6. I just need 4 more. Seven. You know what would be cool is if you could dual wield chain fists. That would be a cool setup. 8, 9, 10. Okay, there we go. Lightning claws. They're cool. I mean, they are, you know, these little things. Sharp. They're actually sharp. Like, you can puncture yourself. Because Games Workshop doesn't care if you hurt yourself. So there. The big gold ornament is the Christmas tree, which is still up. It's going to be up till February. That's the plan. February 1st, we'll take it down. And that's the ornament is our dog, Augie. We 3D printed a little Christmas ornament of the dog. So yeah, she's a cutie. She's obnoxious too, but she's cute, obnoxious. Okay, so there, page 1 done because I just grabbed all these lightning claws. So that's good. The sergeant. Sergeant, I'm not going to put his head on because I like to paint the head separately if it's going to be without a helmet. So he's just going to be headless. All right, where's my clip? Oh, here's my steps. You can use a wax stylus to pick those up. No, it's not that dangerous. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Let me see if these are. No. Ooh. Oh. The right ones. Oh, here it is. There's 3 at least. So 1 is the big empty bag. Oh, there it is. So is anybody else working on anything tonight? It's a good night for it. We've got a small snowstorm, and the guy just came by not too long ago and plowed our driveway. So we're not stuck in, but it's that kind of night. It's good to just be inside. I don't have any of those. No, I don't have any of those chest pieces for Blood Angels to replace their chest. But I have some to slap onto him. All right, he has a loincloth for the gynecological area. Leg. Where's his other leg? There it is, 6. And leg shield now, that's 8. There it is, 7. Nine, 10, 12, 13, and 16. Okay. And he has a tactical rock for his foot, so that's important. And Smooth Jazz, I don't know if you know what a tactical rock is, but on these miniatures, I don't know if you've ever noticed that there's always, sometimes they're standing on a rock if they're an officer, and it's a sign of, authority because they get to be taller than the other figures. And so people in the know like to call them tactical rocks. Yeah, it's just a thing. It's a grognard thing. There we go. Here is his tactical rock. It's got a little indentation for his foot, which is right there. See? It'll make him slightly taller, ever so slightly taller. And thus, you will know that he is a sergeant, especially since he's not going to have a head. I need to find his hip pads, which are these. 12, 13. There we go. And that's all the pieces for him. And then he gets the super cool lightning claws because, this is not this is a small lightning claw. I need to get a different one. Or is it, do you customize by adding your own tactical rocks? Sometimes I do. Like I've got little ones for the Blood Angels specifically. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. I need to get more lightning claws. I should have known it wasn't that easy. I think I've got some Space Wolf lightning claws in here. There. Okay. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should take out one of these. And I need a right-handed lightning claw. I wish we could mix them together, but I know lightning claws are meant to be used in pairs. Huh. Here we go. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, now to clean up. This always takes a little bit of time. You know what, I might cut out an extra lightning claw because some of them have designs on them and they're kind of cool. Like this one. So that way I'll have a matching pair. Because they've got little designs on them. I don't know if you can see. Because otherwise you would just have one with a design on it and that would be imbalanced. Not aesthetically pleasing. It's so quiet here tonight. We don't even hear the owls or any animals outside. Cool. Okay, blue. There we go. All right, got all my lightning claws. I mean, I could, but I have get interference with all the lighting that I've got here. But we could get, I mean, I could always move this over. Let's see. You can see, but then, you know, limited view. See my, oh, and then we lost, I think we lost feed. That's not good. The camera's temperamental. There, do you see now? Blue. Okay. Is it back? Okay. There. Is it back now? Can you see? So and that's why. Oh, and now it's frozen again. It's very unhappy when you touch it. It's frozen again. So that's why I should not mess with it. Hold on. Come on. Yeah, it's okay. I just need to restart the thing. Hopefully you can still hear me. And now the thing has to reboot. There, now it should be connecting. Virtual camera. There. Can you see me now? Okay, cool. Oh, thanks, Mr. D. Sorry, we had some camera problems there. So going to, oh, now it's flagging really badly. I wonder if it's wireless. It's wireless now. Oh, that sucks so much. Oh well. Yeah, it's laggy. If you were here, you could see that it's laggy behind me. We'll see if it goes. Let me know if it starts going chunky. Maybe it's just got a delay, and I'll start going with this. So yeah, anyways, that's why I don't mess with the camera very much, because it is very temperamental. I think at most I just might have some delay. Hey, Mr. D. We're doing Assault Terminators, Lightning Claw dudes today. Let me know if you guys are working on anything. It's a good night for it. Whew. They're going to be blood angels because I got the shoulder pads out and everything. I made another batch of them, but I went like whole hog and gave them like unique off shoulder pads and different heads and stuff. I think I used some Dark Angel like knight heads, which look kind of cool. Still haven't painted them, of course, because I'm slow at painting. I've been painting vampires a lot lately, which I have to say they're pretty cool. I'm enjoying that a lot. Because I've been sleeping on the Age of Sigmar figures. They're Really very detailed, especially the vampires. I haven't looked at too many other ones other than like some Stormcast Eternals. Some of those guys look very nice. Like the recent Skaven Tide set. Well, recent, like a year old. Recent-ish. Tactical Rock. And hip pads. Yeah. Oh, still having a Christmas. Yeah. Dude, we're going to keep it up till February. Christmas tree is great. I don't know. It's kind of nice because, and so it's kind of like, you know, just like, oh, yay, Christmas. And painting live stream is harder for me because I have all the camera or I have all the lights. I have to have them like all focused on there. And so I've noticed like the handful of times I try to paint on stream, the light like is light pollution. So, I mean, if I was smarter, I'd be able to finagle it. And maybe someday soon. Who knows? Okay. There. Put the dude together. But I've also found like when I'm painting, I don't talk as much, which some people might consider that a blessing. But just when I'm painting, I'm like all like focused and thinking. And this, you know, putting miniatures together is much more mindless. You know, I can just chit chat. It's kind of nice. He needs his loincloth. There. Let me know if the video goes all chunky because I'm seeing like a good few seconds of lag on my end of things. Let's see, this goes here. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Besides, if people watch me paint something, they would see like, oh my God, all the simple tricks you use to make it look okay. Oops. That did not go in. Right. Stick. There we go. There, it clicked. Okay, see ya. See you, Smooth Jazz. Now for the leg. Like one of the few times I remember painting on stream is I painted a whole bunch, and then I remembered to check chat, and it was like 20 minutes later, and I'd missed a few chat messages, and I was like, oh, how rude of me. Oh, you know, I forgot one piece. He needs his other shin guard or whatever it is. I think this is the wrong spool. Yeah, here it is. I have to say I really like the Primera scale Terminators. I always thought even back in the day, first and second edition, that Terminators were squat for what they were. Everybody back then, though, was chunky and short. Oh. All right. Depending on how long these guys go. Hey, Tyler. this weekend. Picked up a 1K list. Oh, World Eaters, they're fun. Which have I had the most fun putting together? Well, the best model I ever actually put together was the Black Coach from the Soul Blight Gravelords from Age of Sigmar. That is the most fun I've had putting together a model. Putting together an army, I like doing all the extra bits for the Raptors. That's the main thing I like because it makes them feel more like your guys, you know, when you can do like extra like customizing on them and stuff. So just Space Marines, Raptors, I had the most fun with those. Close second would be Blood Angels, though, because they have the whole Gothic vibe. Tactical Rock. So yeah, I'd say that. But then that's like getting extra stuff for them. Out of the box, I'd say Soul Blight Gravelords. Just because. Which, am I doing this wrong? Yes, I am doing this wrong. There it is. There we go. All right. There it is so far. And his arms, which I'm going to use Skull and Lightning. And then he needs his shoulder pads. And I'm not going to put the head on this guy because he's going to be an officer, so I'm going to paint him for his head separately. So that's the plan. There. But there's a thing about painting Marines in general. Like, they're a good gateway because you make them super clean, they look fine. You make them super dirty, they look fine. And they're usually like a uniform look. You know, they've got all their uniform, they're one color. Often it's like 80-20 for their colors, like, you know, one and then a secondary. So they're usually pretty easy to paint, and then you can focus on the neat stuff, the fun stuff, the details. Let's see. Oh, I need the Crux Terminatus shoulder pad. So this will do. So like if you're just getting into the hobby and just starting painting, Marines are really, really good for that. Oh, I need to get his shoulder. Oh, I did not do his hips. Sorry, squeak this one in there. I cannot. Oh, there it is. Stay there. Okay. There's a tip, by the way. Do not put the arms on and then the hips. You put the hips on first, then the arms. So otherwise you get problems like this. There. Stay. All right. Shoulder my pads. Crux Terminatus on the right. That's right? No, it's not. Crux Terminatus on the left. Eee. It's the emblems on the right. Okay. The smooth jazz, you should have caught me with that. Should have told me. No, you're doing it wrong. I know. That does not look right. There, that looks better. It looks better. And base, Tactical Rock, fees. This is the headless guy since he's going to be the sergeant. I've been trying to paint heads separately lately. It's so much easier. So much easier. Right there. Ta-da. That's the first guy. He goes down there. All right, next dude. All right. Oh, duh. Our next guy is 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. That's good. Not this one. See over here? No. Over here. Yeah, that's it. And here he is, 35. "36 is groin. My snips have been sticking lately. I should probably clean them or sharpen them. That could be it. 37. There's 37. "38 and 39 is his leg, which is right here. It's kind of fun as you go along with the kit. You start to recognize like the thought of the designer and how he laid the stuff out somewhat. Okay, 39 is a shoulder pad or knee pad. Although then again, sometimes you get kits that are just insane, like the Stampa for orcs is a crazy, crazy kit with the instructions written by somebody hopped up on crack or something. Like as written, it's impossible to complete the model. I'm not sure you could if you jury rigged it. It's orc stuff, so it can always look however it looks. But still, okay, 42, 43, or hips. Remind me, Smooth Jazz, if you're still there, to do the hip guards first, because it's important. I think that's it. Oh, and his head, I need a noggin, which I'll go with this helmet. And then 2 claws. That's it. Oh, shoulder pad. Crux Terminatus. Blood Angel. Okay, I think we're set. Now the clean and trim. This needs cleaning and trimming a little bit. Just a little bit. I think I already did this somewhat. Oh. Let's see. Oh, hey, Evan. It's a matter of cost. Resonance when the pieces for a single guy bounce between. Yeah, I know. Well, this thing is sometimes like at first they put them as one big sprue, and then they split them up to put them in whatever box. And it's like, Like in this day and age, engineering at the point it is should be better. And I need to remember to do the gynecological area first, so it snaps in better. If I get done with these guys, I will go on to the Soul Blood Grave Lords that I've got in a box over there. Because there's a couple figures in there that should be pretty quick, like the Vampire Lord and the Vargeists. Because they're cool looking figures, but they're only like a half dozen pieces each. I did, I got in the mail the Combat Patrol, and this month the Combat Patrol was nothing but it's 20 Orc Boys. That's it. Just 2 sets of 10 Orc Boys. And they are some very simple models. They look cool because, they're orcs and all. But literally the figures will have like 3 pieces, base, done. It's unfortunate though, because to make them not look samey, you really have to butcher them a bit since they're push fit models. So yeah. Also, let me know if the audio is acting up because I'm watching like the video feed and I'm seeing it jumping. I'm not sure if it is reflected in the audio or not. Or a little irritating. I think this is going to be the first squad of Terminators that I've done in a bit that has the classical helmets. It's like that's always the first thing I replace. Oh. So I just like the Dark Angel helmets a good bit better. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Torso, groin. Okay, groin first. So we can get it to make sure it fits. There we go. Yeah, that's the wise choice. Ooh. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mr. D. I think my camera went from wired to wireless, and that causes a little problem because I'm at the far end of the house away from the router. So it gets grumpy. And dry fit this first. There we go. Okay. Yeah, lately I've been really taken with painting vampires. And like I haven't in a long time. Like those and one Chaos Lord are the first Warhammer Fantasy stuff I've painted in a long time. It's so fun. There we go. Legs. Oh, I got legs, and then we get the hips. It's not sticking. Let's hit it a little bit. There we go. Right, hip armor. There we go. That's good. Other hip. Try to save the head for last just because I like to make sure I know the orientation of the figure and which way he's moving. The truck just drove by. Okay. Hey, Michael. Just putting together some figures, some assault termies. Wow, it's actually taken me a good chunk of time because it was about how many minutes? Like 30 minutes for the last figure. It's crazy. But I was kind of chit-chatting a little bit. There we go. I think that arm's a little low, or that one's a little high. See when I put the shoulder pads on. Crux Terminatus on the left shoulder. Seems to fit. And the Blood Angel emblem on the other shoulder. Stick. And now his head. I get the vibe. Okay, from this guy, I get the vibe he's going sort of to the left. So he's sort of leading with his left shoulder. And both shoulder pads are falling off. Hit it a little bit there, a little bit there. And base. Stick. Give this a few seconds here. Okay. All right, there's that dude. Let's see. Ta-da. All right. Next guy. There's 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. All right, let's get shoulder pad. Crux Terminatus. Is that over here? Yep, it's right here. Get those out first. Then lightning claws. There. Now I need the bod. 53, 54. Here's 53. All right. And his crotch. Well, 42 minutes for 2 figures is not too bad. Upon reflection, that's not so bad. 55, yep, this one. Which means, roughly what? Hour and a half for the squad, if I can do it quickly enough. Which means I should probably have time to do a little bit of the Soul Blight Gravelord guys, maybe. Which that'd be cool because I kind of want to, work on that army. I'm enjoying them way too much. They're pretty fun. 56. Shoulder chin. Here's one. Here's the other. The leg. Thing is, whenever I get a set like this, I end up having extra stuff left over. And I'm like, oh, I should do something with all those Thunder Hammers and Storm Shields or whatever. You know what I'm forgetting? The Pauldron shields. I should start picking those out. Here we go. 60, 61. Hip guards. I'm going to pick those out here. Other Pauldron. Pauldron over here. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch over here. Oh, nice. Got cool designs on them. Any more? Couple. All right. All right, let's clean these up. Lightning claws, good. Lightning claws, good. Okay, I'm going to use this pauldron because it has a cool design on it. And if it doesn't have a design on it, it means I'm going to have to put a decal on it. And I do not want to put a decal on it because I'm lazy. So design and I can just paint it. Like gold, blam, done. Well, gold and Gulliman flesh and then more gold, but you get the point. There we go. Hey, Smooth Jazz. You're back. If at the pace that we're going, Smooth Jazz, I might be able to do some vampire stuff. Still have some time. Like maybe an hour and a half to do vampire stuff. Which I'm on that kick. All right, clean up. See, this guy, Smooth Jazz, he is a normal trooper. And you know how I can tell that is because he does not have a tactical rock. Oh, hey, Channel. What's up, man? Good to see you. We're putting together some Lightning Claw Terminators. Because, okay, they suck, but they look good. And that's all that matters is how good they look. It's like, it's like, yeah, but so is regular Power Fist good at that. Yeah, seriously. No, I'm not going to paint live, Smooth Jazz. I know you want to. But no. Painting live, I end up not talking. Like I sit here and go, kind of poking into it and trying to paint, ignoring the channel. I'm not a good multitasker. It's only because this is so mindless. So, yeah. Oh, my puppy's looking at the door. She's wondering. She's a puppy. She's being cute. I can't see. The puppy dog decides she wants to play. And I try to tuck her out a little bit earlier on, but that doesn't always work. So my wife is kindly getting her. But when I'm sitting here and I'm doing this, all I'm thinking about is different approaches to painting more vampires. It's bad. I've got it bad. Well, this is nice and clean. All right. Okay. Time to glue. Once again, crotch first. Let's see. Where does this go? It can't be right. Is this the wrong crotch? Oh, no, there it goes. Clicks right in there. Oh, let's see. Red Corsairs and your Custodes. Red Corsairs look cool. And I don't know if I told you before, like I got some Chaos guys recently because of the Combat Patrol subscription. So I've got like 25 Chaos guys. And I'm like, Red Corsairs, that's kind of neat. The Custodes, though, like I don't like the Custodes. I feel like they should stay on Terra. They should not be out there fighting. They're goofy. But that's just me. Because I come from, first and second edition, where Custodes were just mentioned in the flavor text. But they look cool. I have to admit, the vehicle, the tank, the Dreadnought looks cool. But Custodes. And they have goofy banana hats. So, of course, it's equal odds that a year from now, I'll be like, oh, my Custodes army is so cool. So don't take anything I say too seriously. The big old, but then again, I mean, of course, my first army that I actually like painted seriously were Eldar, and they were the original Coneheads, you know. So I can't remember. Oh, I forgot the head. I got to get a helmet. I should probably cut off all the helmets first. Helmet. There's more helmets. One more. There it is. Helmet. That's a cool helmet. Okay. All right. We got more helmets. Actually, the skull and the helmet, that's a sergeant, isn't it? So I should not use that one because my sergeant's going to be without a helmet. Since these are blood angels. There it is. I used to fight for the longest time against putting, you know, having Marines without helmets. But then I actually started painting faces and being like, oh, yay, and figuring out how to do that. So I kind of like it now. Especially for blood angels because they're all like, blah, blah, with their fangs and everything. There. Which one did I? Okay, this guy with the skull I cannot use. But these other guys I can. Okay. All right. Now, like I said, yeah, see, well, once you get a process, man, just focus on it like, you know, the things, get the first couple of layers of flesh, get that done, flesh wash over that, then take the original flesh color and wash it and bring it back up. And I had a lot more success putting the heads on toothpicks and painting them that way. And well, hold on, I've got some over there. Once I get this on, I have my sponge of heads. And here's like my next blood angel head. Let's see if I can get it focused. There's my next blood angel head. You know, because all of them have to be blonde because of sanguineous, but I always found that was way easier. And so once you get the process down, it's painting them on the figure is much harder for me. But I think that could also be because of Marines. You have to get around their shoulder pads and everything. So it's a lot harder. Or was I? Oh, I'm doing arms now. Okay. There we go. But seriously, once you get the trick of it, it's so nice. I think it's more intimidating than anything else. And you're worried about like messing it up and ruining the figure. Or at least I'm worried about messing it up and ruining the figure. Somehow. I know some of these arms are supposed to go with each other, but I'm just putting them on. Whatever looks good. Vanguard vets. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's probably the helmet. It's easier for me to do because helmets you just have to worry about some of the little like the detail of like any circuitry or the armor pieces, and then the eyeballs. The eyeballs, at least I feel like I've gotten a good handle on doing because you do a little bit of white and then like contrast color of whatever you're trying to do to give that little glow effect, and that's it. Once again, Crux Terminatus is on the left shoulder. I need to remember that. Or I could just look at the figures right in front of me. But I constantly doing Crux Terminatus is where? It's right here. Right here. Vanguard vets are nice. Something about durable jump troops. Hey, John Smith, how's it doing? We're putting together assault Terminators tonight. We got them going. And this guy, I think, is leaning towards the right. I think he's going sort of to the right direction. So that's the way I'm going to put his head. He's sort of like doing a kung fu pose, a hacha. That's my interpretation. Oh, puppy dog's back. She's clawing at the door. Oh my God, she's so cute. I would try to move the camera to show it, but the camera, last time I even touched it, it broke connection. We lost feed. There we go. That's not sticking. Stick. Yeah, I need to do pauldron pieces. Equipage, van beds, using reavers. Oh, the focus armor. Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's probably, that's good. Well, I worry though that, like you were saying before, they might take them to legends because Vanguard vets, anything that has like the older armor, like some of them in the Mark 7s, Mark 6s, I always worry they're going to take those Vanguard vets, like you were saying. And after we talked, I was like looking into it, trying to see what I could find out about it. And there's no word about it, but I still have that hesitance. Okay, I'm going to put their shoulder pieces on here while I'm thinking about it. Let's see. Oh, that needs a little bit of cleaning. It's very much feasible, and you know, I feel kind of like, you know, hey, you know, it's you pay this premium price for these products, and you're like, oh, by the way, this thing you just spent $50 on, sorry, it's gone now. It reminds me of Destiny. Destiny getting rid of their DLC. Hey, which chapter is this for? Oh, I'm doing, these are for Blood Angels. I've got so they've got like the little Blood Angel symbol on the side of the shoulder. So that is what they're, oh, I should turn them around. And if I get these guys done, we'll move on to some Soulblight Gravelords. Is my plan. And that needs to be cleaned up. Did I just not do these guys? I think I might. There. Yeah, I realized the other day that I have no Terminators for the Blood Angels. And so I was like, oh, I should probably get some. Because I have, weirdly enough, I have one small squad for the Raptors, and I have the Dark Angels army that I've been working on, just putting together. They're almost nothing but Terminators. Okay. Actually, that's not, I don't want that one. I don't know why. I should just get rid of that one. I do like it. There. Stick. Okay, this is the headless guy. Right, he's got his, he needs his. And so this one has a Terminator symbol on it too. You know what game I wish was better? Like I have this urge to play it because sometimes when you're playing it, it was fun. Like when you're actually in the game killing things, it was pretty fun. It was the Deathwing game, and it was just everything was not that great. Like all the meta game, I guess you could say. Oh, did I? Nah, I forgot to put his shins on. Oh. Which one touched? Okay. I was wondering, he looked a little skinny. Didn't the Blood Angels have psychic dreadnought? Yeah, they had librarian dreadnoughts. And to make it, I don't know, it had an equivalent of Uppy Downy, I think it was. I don't know if it was to fly. Flying would be hilarious because dreadnoughts are not very aerodynamic. I remember back in first and second edition, they didn't even have knees. They would just waddle. Okay, 3 done. Next guy, I think that's the one I already just did. Let me see if I have instructions for 2 more guys. So, yes, so this is the next one, which is Psychic Power Wings of Sanguinius. Oh, geez. So was it actually flying, or it wasn't teleporting? Because that is a little bit goofy. But it didn't have wings on the figure, though, if I recall correctly. I wasn't into Blood Angels back then. Like back then, my first box of Space Marines, and of course I painted them like the cover. So, and I painted them badly, but I painted them like Crimson Fists. That was the thing. So here's his crotch. I think it's important to mention every time that I reach it, I mention that I'm working on the figure's crotch. It's very important. Otherwise, that's the sort of stick-to-itness and dedication you get from my streams. Crotch updates. That's right there. 74, 75, 76, 77. Which is right here. But of course, back when they had librarian dreadnoughts, the psychic phase was huge. Like there was people would say that man, the psychic phase would take almost as much as all the other phases combined. But I haven't played any of the later editions, like 10th edition. Like I played first edition, I played second edition, and now 10th edition, and that was it. I have had no experience with the other ones since then. 78, 79. So hips. I should probably put some purity seals on them too. So I'm going to start clipping those out. Because purity seals are fun to paint. Just because. They're like a little extra tidbit while you're painting to break up the monotony. Okay. What else am I missing? No, that should be it. So claws, helmet. Here. Crux Terminatus. I need a Crux Terminatus somewhere. There's not one here. Here's one. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I haven't played a while either. Last time I was Salamander drop Vulcan Heston. Salamanders have some really fun lore. I was pretty close to like actually making some, but I was like, my first Marine army that I started up again was Raptors, and I was like, I've painted enough green Marines for a while now. And like that has lasted me a good chunk of time. I don't need to do any more. But someday I might, just because some of their tchotchkes and their unique figure stuff is cool. Especially if you look into 3D printing, some of the Etsy Salamander stuff. They have like this reptilian looking Land Raider that I thought was kind of neat looking. just cleaning up now. These connections to the spur. Also, there's something cool about specializing in flamethrowers and stuff. Miltas. Although they have Volkites now too, which I have not actually used in a game yet. I've only played like half a dozen games total since 10th edition came out. But I've never actually played with a Volkite, so I don't really know. Like I've looked at the stat line and like haven't seen the appeal of it. But they look cool, and they're an option to paint, like plasma pistols, but different. You know, excuse to do the white background and then do a contrast color on top of it to get that plasma glow effect, which is always fun to do. There we go. I'm going at a pretty good pace. And I think I already shaved it. Yep, shaved that. I think I'll go through at the end and just put purity seals on each of them. And that's done, and that's done. Okay. All right. Crotch. Let's see. I really love is the iron hands, probably because I diesel heavy equipment operator before we went to the Marine Corps. Oh, nice, man. Well, yeah, I could definitely see why you have an affection for that. They're pretty cool. They have some good units. I really wish that they got some unique stuff. They have a few, but not enough. You know, and what was it like? Didn't they have like a box set recently, Iron Hands, and all it was the turrets that you could get, which they just didn't sell well before. Not even a really good discount for them. But I always liked the Tech Marines because they always sort of flirted with that a little bit of a split loyalty in some ways because they were, you know, infused with that, you know, honoring the machine spirit, and yet still Marines. There we go. There we go. And this time I'm not going to forget the shins. This one. Well, you know what? There are some purity seals already on them, just they're not very prominent. Blood Angels, though, they do go for the iconography, so I won't feel bad about putting extra purity seals on them. Well, they had a supplement that made them OP back before Primaris. Oh, did they? I wasn't playing back then. Well, what made them OP? Was it just the army list, like aspects added on, or was it a particular unit? Hips now. I remember Vanzig was the guy I talked to every now and then, army list. Oh, hey, Blood, what's up? But I was talking to Vanzig, and he was saying how Iron Hands are, that they are OP in Horus Heresy for some reason. And I don't remember why he said that. I'm sure he told me. But I have a bad memory. Okay. All right, now arms. That fits well for some reason. Was there a particular rule that made them overpowered? Like I remember reading about how the Eldar for a time were overpowered because of the Jink rule. They had the entire like special rule for the army. And also in 10th edition, when they launched with those the Destiny dice. That was pretty huge because you could just take a knight and just go bam, your unit's dead, and that's it. Which was kind of cool, but also bad. Let's see, Crux Terminatus. Double Fire, Chapter Alpha. Oh man, how are they now? Are they okay? Or I can't think if they have. There's no like real detachment that's aimed for them, is there? Okay. All right, this one I think towards this side. So I'm going to turn his head that way. Twisted that way a bit. I think that looks better. And he needs a shoulder. They got a new Terminator character. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, he came out like when they had the Raven Guard character too. Athon Shan, or is that some other? How many figs are in this box? Just five. Just five, Mr. D. Got one more after I finish this guy. And then that's it. They're hefty. They're chunky figs. Yeah. There. The other box I've got over on my other half of the desk is Soulblight Gravelords, and it supposedly has 29 in it. But I'm not going to put together the 20 skeletons tonight. Oh, hey, Blood. I need to go back and check the shorts, make sure. Oh, okay. There's something wrong? Or hopefully nothing's wrong. But yes. Oh, any update on the Reaver Titan? I mean, I've got the Reaver Titan assembled, or do you mean the Warbringer? But no, I haven't painted any of my Titans. I've put them up and promptly have let them sit there for now. Although I did make an Eldar Titan that I didn't put any short up or anything. It's not a big one. It's one of the smaller Eldar Titans, the Revenant, I think. But yeah. But the Warbringer, I've got them all up on behind me. I don't know if you can see them. No, I know you can't really. Yeah, the big stuff is great, but man, like I have New Year's resolution was I'm going to put paint to at least parts of the Warlord Titan. That's my main one. The Warbringer, a little bit less so, because I want to get the main one done. Because I've been talking about around the Warlord Titan, and it's like not paying attention to them because it's fighting another Titan off in the distance. So like creating this sort of random terrain element. At least that's my plan, because Warlord Titans, putting them on an army list is usually like 3,800 points or something like that. Crazy things. Okay, so now last one. Next, 89, 90, 91. All right, this is the last figure. Get them done. Okay, here it is. It's weird. It's like his body is not entirely here. It's over here. There we go. It is my plan. Yeah, it's well, because otherwise, if you use a Titan on the board, I mean, all of their weapon systems are much larger than the entire board, and ideally they should be about like 10 feet back shooting. But as like a train element that people have to avoid or compensate for, I think that could be a fun premise and make for some good shots. Because like I 3D printed out some like extra burnt out rhinos and some wreckage that I'm going to put on the base for it. I have big plans, but putting it to, enacting it is not the same. And also I'm distracted by vampire stuff right now, so much to people's chagrin, I'm sure. But they've like totally eaten my brain. Okay, there. What am I missing? Shins. Here. One shin. 93. Yes, and 95. There it is. Well, to be honest, like every now and then I get the vibe to do some more Marines because it's like comfort food coming back, painting them. And hips, 97 and 96. Marines and Necrons. Those are fun and relaxing to paint. Painting new things, more stressful. Purity seals. Okay. Oh, Crux Terminatus. Almost forgot it. There. All right. I think that's it for the last guy. Comfort Marines. It is. I mean, you get into a pattern where like, how to paint it, the progress. But if you like start a new thing, something new, you're like, there's always, at least for me, there's in the back of my brain, it's like, I hope I don't screw this up entirely. I hope I don't ruin the figure. Although to be fair, the only time I've actually I feel like I ruined a figure was primer. I ruined it with this gloppy primer that I couldn't even get off. I know I could have used some alcohol to get off, but still. Oh, hey John, let's see. I've been trying to find someone that does 3D modeling to create a custom tank. Oh, like a custom tank, like what? They're based off of something, or there's a lot. If you go to Etsy and you can look at some 3D profiles, there are a lot of really interesting custom tanks out there. If you're looking for something, even like something based on World War II, there's this one guy that does nothing but that, like World War II tanks turned into Lehman Russes and Rogel Dorns and things like that. They are pretty cool and tempting, but I'm like, no, I don't need more tanks. I have enough. And they're unpainted, so kind of getting to that point where I'm wanting to get new stuff less and less until I get more stuff painted. Except one exception lately was the new Necron Nightbringer, because he's pretty sweet looking. And to create a better transport for Space Marines. Oh yeah, then true scale. I mean, there's that mammoth sort of thing from Horus Heresy. I don't remember what it's called, but it's big. It looks like almost an RV. It has a huge front, like battering ram opening gate. The Gorgon, is that it? Macedon, I think. Macedon is what I'm thinking of, I think. Macedon sounds right. Gorgon is for the Imperial Guard, not Astra Militarum. They're the Imperial Guard, damn it. And Gorgon is pretty cool. I have like a 3D printed one like that, but the open top, you'd imagine that Marines would be able to afford a roof. But yeah, I always keep thinking like, oh man, one mortar shell. Mastodon, yeah. Okay. All right, this guy. Once again, crotch status, active, and there that goes. Dry fit. There. And chest. All right. This time I'm going to do the shins first. Let's see. Chaos Imperator off the ground, still in the drawing phase, and figure out materials. Imperator Titan. Oh, dude, that'll be like 7 feet tall. I mean, if you do it, more power to you, sir. and I would love to see it. So the only thing I've seen is some guys working on YouTube's on an Imperator, and oh my gosh. Now that would be like a focal point for several boards. Oh man, how would you even do that? Maybe make like a horseshoe of tables. Something like that. Well, I saw at one point an Imperator STL file floating around on the public 3D printing search engines and stuff. I took a look at it and I was like, it was 30 plates for a like a Bamboo Lab A1, and the time was immense. But I was also looking at it and looking at the finished model. I was like, I don't know if I would like that, aesthetically. 7-foot table height to be removable play table. Oh, yeah, that would be kind of cool. Or you could also print out like pieces of it and have it be what you call it, have it be partially buried under the. And then you could have like a Yamato moment where it comes out, and then have everybody go home as you put it on the table, and then come back the next day. Okay, hips done. Now we need his arms. I forgot his arms. Okay. Hold this for a little bit. Doesn't feel like a strong join. Okay. There. All right. Oh, Raptors. We did find a short story. Nice. The shot that killed. There are a couple of videos from Games Workshop of the Raptors, I think. But that is cool. Let me see. I'm going to have to look at this and remember William Crow, Black Library Raptors, the shot that kills. I'll definitely remember that. Oh, when the structure's done, I figure out armor, I'll probably have a printer to all the names in the group. Yeah, that'd probably be good, because especially Chaos Imperator. Oh, man. You're going to really have to tweak that thing. I'm going to have to remember that, John. William Crow, shot that kills. Was it good? I mean, did you read it already? Because if it's bad, then I don't want to read it. I don't want to cry. Okay. You have to let me know. Let me know. Yeah, Raptors are so fun. Just the whole idea of reasonable Marines makes me happy. Oops, did I forget to shave this? I think I did. Yes, I did. Extra bits. I bet you could find it online. 1D6 Chan might have something for it. Usually good about that sort of thing. Or they might have a link. They love the Raptors there too. All right. Oh, I need to get his shoulder pauldron piece. Yeah, I like both ends of the spectrum of Space Marines. I like the really high Gothic stuff, but also the yes, Scout Snipers. But yeah, exactly, like the whole tactical thing. Nice to have that spectrum of high Gothic, classical, angelic motif, and then you go over to the other side and it's stealth, sniper, tactical, practical, reasonable Marines. And I don't know, both of those really appeal to me. So I guess that's why I'm doing Blood Angels and Raptors. Eventually Space Wolves, because Nordic is cool too. So I don't know. I'm a sucker. All right, I need to get Purity Seals, one for each, if there's enough. Yeah, there's one. So this is 3. There's 4. This is probably going to put me over time. The allotted hour and a half for one squad. And is there another one? Oh, and oh no. Yeah, I forgot. I got to do the. There we go. Officially late. I forgot to do it. Of course, it's not a very complex model. It's like 3 pieces, but still. Oh. Good chain swords charge, but Arabella doesn't need millions deaths. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's nice to have that option, you know. And I like that Marines can be competent, stealthy, effective. You know. Yeah. Let's see. Aha! There, I've got my 5 Purity Seals. All right. I'll chop out the extra bits later, because that's super not exciting to see on stream. It's like, I'm going to put this in my bits box. That's not interesting, sir. Please don't do that. Not that this is hugely stimulating here, but it's, you know, thematic. What are you doing right now? Oh, I'm cleaning little plastic pieces with an X-Acto knife. Oh yeah, there's so much lore to it, and it's kind of nice. I mean, to be completely honest, a lot of the lore is kind of there's some of it that's outright kind of goofy, some of it that's wonderful, but the fact is, it really paves the way for your army to be your guys. For you to there's a niche for almost anything if you come up with a crazy concept. Like my nephew is doing his Marines, and he's doing them at, oh crap, I just bent this. I forgot that this is very fragile. But my nephew is doing Alpha Legion loyalists, and he's making the specialized in underwater activities. So they're like Alpha Legion Navy SEALs. So it's kind of cool. I was like, that's a cool concept. Yeah. He's learning to paint. I'm painting a little bit for him every now and then. Play Sagitta Noctis in the background. No, man. Whenever I try to do music and I'm streaming, some reason like the audio gets confounded. I don't know if it's on my end or YouTube or whatever, but I do like music and something made with the security, but it shouldn't, because that's my own like little AI song, so it should be mine. It should be fine. But yeah, Sagitta Noctis is a cool song though. I like the other one have you heard the other one that I use for Raptors? Oh gosh, Carmen Raptorum. I like that one. And yeah, I like that. My nephew's concept is pretty cool. It's, you know, like a naval theme. Okay, there. Let's do the teleport Homer. Oh, I think I totally broke this. Oh well, maybe I can glue it and hide it. I think this goes on this side. No, it goes on the other side. There. Cool, yeah. Carmen Raptorum is like the theme that I had at first for Raptors. Sagitta Noctis was the one that I used for like imagining them right before battle or during battle. There we go. Okay. It's crazy what AI can do these days. Like the lyrics were mostly mine. And translating, like for the vampire one, I translated them to Romanian and told it to use a Romanian accent. Night Lore, and I've got Chaos Knights working with World Eaters. Yeah, Damon Corrupted Reaver. Helldrake is a nice figure. Lots of red. See, that's the thing. That's what got me to do a different army, because I was doing all green Marines and I got tired of doing green. So I started to do Eldar, because they can be anything. They can be multicolors with the aspect warriors. So very rainbow. What was I doing? Did I? Yeah. Okay. Now I need purity seals. Crux Terminatus on them. What are they? I'm trying to see where would be a good spot to put these. Probably on his hip. Wherever will actually stick. Oh man, 30 Night Lord Raptors? Is that for a particular theme that you're going for with the army? Because dude, that's a chunk. That doesn't look right. That does not look right. Yeah, that looks much better. Right there. Just put the thing on. Let's see. Can you see it there? Nope. Nope. See, I've got delay on the camera, so it's hard to tell. Well, trust me, it looks okay. But at least Night Lords, their blue is kind of fun to paint. Oh, they're a gift. Oh, 30 Raptors though is a gift, dude. I mean, that's appreciable. Okay. See, can you see that one, dude? Can barely see it. All right. I think I'm just going to put it on the same spot for these guys. I've heard that. I've heard that the novels are very good. I haven't been reading like very much of the Black Library stuff. I probably should, especially since like I think I can get a bunch of them for free on the Kindle, older stuff, but still. The omnibus. I've heard like I've always thought that it would be hard to write effectively for chaos, because you got to write for them and you got to think of the obstacles in that they have no real culture except for what you give them. They have no industry. It's all, a lot of it is made up, magical. A lot of their industry and all the stuff surrounding them is magical by the very nature of chaos. So you sort of have to internalize them if you're going to write for them. They have to be strong, unique characters in their own right, even divorced from, yeah, warp nonsense. Everything comes around it. So let's see. My brother does ebooks. Yeah. Well, like I can't. People have told me I should do it while I'm putting stuff together and painting, but I don't pay any attention. Like when I'm painting or whatever, I lose track. Yeah. Talos is a great character, missing the greatness of the Legion. The brother. Yes, that's a good way to. If they're making them the veterans of the Long War, that's much more appealing to me. Interesting. Okay, we've got 5 Lightning Claw guys done. And I'm going to move on to Soul Blight Grave Lords. After I cleaned this up a little bit. And I've already got this. This is trash. This needs to dry. So I'm going to get these guys out of the way. Put extra pieces over here, and I'll get those later. Hopefully these don't fall apart. Sometimes the Tamaya glue, I don't know, it seems like eventually it just goes off and no longer glues. Okay. All right, at least we're going to do the little vampire lord. That's the plan. We'll do this one. And then maybe the Vargeist, depending on how much time that takes. Blood Knights, maybe? Don't know. But Vargeist. I'll put the Blood Knights off to the side. For sure not doing the skeletons, because they will put me to sleep. So she needs, what kind of base does she have? I think I need a different base. Ah, here it is. That's for the Blood Knights. So this is for the Vargeist. Ah, there's a ladybug. Okay. So there, this is what we'll need. So this is the goal. We're going to do a vampire and Vargeists and see how that goes. Which here is the vampire lord. Or lady, as the case may be. Cool shield. I like the bats in her hair. That is kind of cool. Okay. That's kind of the good thing about when you're putting together a figure that's just a lone figure. You just chop everything out. You don't have to go hunting and pecking. Usually. Sometimes if there's like identical pieces, then you're screwed. But I think I should be able to figure this out. What every now and then tempts me into getting some Night Lords is their kill team. So I think their kill team is very cool looking. Like for the longest time, I've been like, no, I don't want chaos. I love chaos in the old world and fantasy, but chaos in 40K for the longest time did not appeal to me. But I got some figures from the Combat Patrol subscription that I have, and that got me to looking at the line, and then I was like, oh, Abaddon looks kind of cool now. Because when I knew Abaddon, he had a terrible figure, and his arms always fell off. But now he looks pretty impressive. That's one thing, like, I have to say from, oh, let's see. Still don't have your Wood Elf army done, so I'm still selling the, you mean Wood Elf army? Is that what you're meaning, or something else? Some other acronym? Wood Elves are pretty cool. I really don't like that Age of Sigmar kind of dropped the whole Wood Elf thing. The Sylvaneth are not the same. You need more, cool hunters with bows. Oh, World Eaters. Sorry, man. For some reason, Wood Elf was top. Well, because, I'm doing Age of Sigmar stuff, fantasy stuff. Their World Eaters are great, yes. Oh, World Eaters have some really nice figures, too. And Angron, which... he strikes me as Angron. Even if you're losing, he looks like he's a lot of fun just to have on the board, rolling tons of dice. Right there. This guy has lots of little pieces. Time to clean these. I need to bring this down a little bit. Let's see, I haven't played any Age of Sigmar at all, but some of the figures are just so beautiful. Some of the castings are so amazing. Like, if you looked at the latest Stormcast Eternals and the Skaventide boxes or box, those guys are really nice looking and frustrating because they got these guys with Angron's pretty track. Yeah, I read. Oh gosh, I read a summary, not his wiki, but it was some other place, and of Angron, and it's really sad, the whole situation. He just did not want to be in this situation, and all his army and the rebellion on his planet, and then having to fight in the arena, and then the nails. And then along comes the Emperor's like, hey, come fight for me. And he's like, no, fuck you. It's getting part of my language. But man. And then he just falls to corn. And it's like, yeah, okay. And Mortarion at least tried to like protect his people. Yeah, he really did. So many people, a lot of the Primarchs really did get a kind of a raw deal with him. I do kind of hope, though, that they don't turn him into a villain in the coming, whatever advances they do to the lore. I know they've already sort of like made noises along those lines. And I notice, let's see. Yeah, seriously. Also, if you're still around Smooth Jazz, this person, if you notice, is Tactical Rock. Another Tactical Rock. So there we go. Which means this person is in command because they're taller. Very important. Height equals quality. Oh, Lorgar being showed Anger what happened after the Emperor picked him up. And yeah. Every time we talk about this, I'm always tempted to start reading the Horus Heresy stuff. And I know that is a losing proposition for me. Because I'm one of those kind of people who they have a book by their bed table and read it before bed, and then fall asleep, and then have to read it again the next day, and never really make any progress. And yeah, got a raw deal, man. And then he sees all the other Primarchs, and some of them got, very clearly were favorites, in essence. Are they still going with, oh gosh, what was it? That it was the Emperor's wife or somebody who sent all the Primarchs into the warp? I remember reading a little bit about it, but not like the actual story, reading like bits of it. I prefer reading. Like audiobooks, I can't focus. I cannot focus. Because then I'll like be doing something else, and then I'll come back and I'm like, oh, I've missed like 12 pages. Look at that face. That is a cool head. Let's see, can we get it? That is her head. That's crazy. Well, most of my knowledge, when I quit the hobby, I still kept my nose in a little bit, listening, playing the video games. So I'm kind of aware of some things, and the scuttlebutt, like I hear from osmosis, from people saying, can you believe they did this? And I'm like, no, I can't. Or yes, I can. This figure looks surprisingly complex. Like she has all these little wings. And it's like, I don't know where these are going to fit. And if they fit, are they going to have strong enough purchase area to glue well? Don't know. Erda, the mother of pronoun. Yeah, see, I read a little bit about that. I was like, really? I wonder why they did that, because that doesn't seem like a good story beat. Because they didn't, do anything else after with it. It seemed. There we go. Okay. All right, first one. Okay, first step, leg to leg. Like this. That's a good fit. That's one thing I have to say about Games Workshop's engineering in the last like 5-10 years or so. They usually do a very good job of making things just go together well. All right. Now we need breastplate, which is the front. That's the front. Yeah, that's the front. So this goes back here. There, that's nice. That's how it's getting on in the evening, because I'm like thinking, my wife made some very good tacos. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm going to go get some more tacos. So right now we've got a little bit of a snowstorm going on. Well, not a storm, it's kind of just sprinkling now, but we got a good amount of snow on the ground. It's kind of nice to be, stuck in the house with tacos. Okay, these things are, I think these things are for her legs. That's weird. That is really weird. Yeah. Tacos are good. They're yummy. Slow cooked in the slow cooker for all day. There. I think I messed up that. I gotta clean that a little bit. Oh, darn. Trying like to not hit the thing I just glued in there. And failing. We don't have like a good Mexican restaurant in the area. It's too bad. There we go. Okay, and then this one goes on the other knee. Other knee. Gotta hold this for a little bit. The contact position is kind of bad. Oh, or it just takes. That's surprisingly nice. Okay, now the big old head. Big old head. How does this go on there? Sideways. That's crazy. This is a little iffy. I'm doing something wrong here. Like that. Oh yeah, yeah. She's sideways. Her head's turned sideways, so the hair goes through this spiky bit. I think. It just does not fit right. It does not feel like it fits right. Sometimes it calls for a leap of faith and just gluing it. You know what? I'm not doing that because her face is obscured by the armor. If I'm going to paint that, I'm going to have to paint that by itself. So there we go. It's a judgment call. What is wrong with that? There. Okay, that fits really nicely. It's nice when a piece like just goes right in there. Fan made stories. That's not something I usually like. Come through. I'm not like a. I don't know. Well, no, I do. I have read some from 1D6 Chan. If you've ever gone there, they have some interesting like stories from 4chan that what happened like ways back when. That's about the only stuff I've read. They have some good. They have one about a Thousand Sons character that I thought was really, really good. It was about told from the perspective of a Thousand Sons officer who didn't realize they were falling, and he made it his life's goal to take his brothers who were dust and to basically kill as many chaos fallen sorcerers and stuff as he can because he regretted their fall to chaos. And he was trying to protect and restore his brothers. And I thought that was a great little story. Let's say A10 is this. This now goes over here. And this figure is crazy complex for such a small figure. It's all the different fins you add onto it. There. I'm definitely going to have to paint that head separately. Which that should be fun because it's got all these bats and things on it. So very fun. Okay, and the shield, or no, now she has armor pieces that go on her elbows. Man, this thing is just so weird. Oh yeah? What was it? Was that or was it you talking about the one I was talking about? Or is it a different one? There we go. Royal Road. Is that a website? Yeah, I'm still hungry, blood. I'm going to get something in a bit. Sorry, man. What are you having? I'm envious. Let me live vicariously. This is not fitting right. Did I think oh yeah, maybe did not shave this one properly. Need to be careful because I could easily like ruin this little piece. I hate when they have like a connection to the sprue right where you're supposed to glue it. Pretzels and Oreos. Oh yes. I've never had pretzels and Oreos. I mean, separately I've had them, but never together. Ooh, my stomach is going. Okay. All right, there we go. That fits a little bit better. I don't know if you can see it. Fits a little bit better on the elbow, but let's see. Now shield, and then that's it, and then onto the base. Oh, duh. I forgot I'm doing this for the old world, so I need to use a square base. Now, I'm looking forward to getting more tacos. That is my plan. Once I get them. All right. Right there. Shield on. Let's see. Okay, so she's going to have to be pointing basically straight ahead. With her hair going all crazy to the side, when I put her into a regiment, if I do, it's going to be kind of crazy. It's going to like slapping zombies in the face with her hair. There we go. All right, so there, and then it'll be like that. Ta-da! After she painted. Oh, her shield fell off. Brilliant. Didn't even notice. I'm gonna hold it for a little bit so it sticks. In Smooth Jazz, did you notice the tactical rock? Taller means better, means in command. So you see tactical rock. Yeah, there. All right, she's done for now. And then I'm not going to do the Blood Knights. We're going straight to the Vargeists, skipping the skeletons entirely. Vargeists. That's trash. That is not trash. Okay. All right. Vargeist bases. Oh, duh. I don't know why I'm doing this because I am not going to be using these bases. Except for these. Oh gosh, what size bases are they? I think 40 millimeter square, 50 millimeter square. I'll have to look it up. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Well, I just don't. The skeletons are just no fun to put together. You know, they're not complex. They're just boring. You know. Anyways, hold on. I need to swap over and look at base sizes for vampire counts. Scroll down, Bretonia. Makes sense that vampire counts are almost always already at the bottom, all the way at the bottom. There we go. 40 by 40 millimeter. Okay, it's good to know. So I need 40 millimeter square. Bows. It also kind of doesn't help their effort that I put together like 30 skeletons already. And just, I don't want to do anymore. Not now, at least. I know I'll have to when I build the regiments, but man. There. Pretty sure that's 40 millimeter. Let's see. Let's see. Yep. I've got a little label inside of it that fell away. Okay, so these are the right size. Let's see. You ever done flayed ones for your Necrons? No. I've read that it's pretty bad as well, and I'm like, I don't like that as much. Well, I'm thinking of getting them 3D printed, like getting some third-party flayed ones, because I was looking at the instructions for the flayed ones. I'm like, oh, that looks kind of iffy because the joins are supposedly very kind of crummy. So I was like, They're cool though. I like the whole concept of them. And they'd be a reason to paint a whole mess of blood on things that you normally don't paint a lot of blood on. But yeah, let's see. I'm looking for 3, 4, and 5, which is right here. I think for like bad guy faction, even though, almost everyone is a bad guy in 40K, Necrons are my favorite bad guy faction. Like them and then the Tyranids close second. Just because like I view them as much more of like a overwhelming horror sort of thing as opposed to chaos. Chaos to me seems like subversion from the inside, so it doesn't scare me as much, conceptually. Where is that? Is that it? Yes. Yeah, that's got to be it. Let's see. I'm actually going to do your take on Death Sabers, a Dreadblade obsessed with slaughter, then a tactical. Well, you can't get into basic Marines. What? I like basic Marines because I don't know. Whole holy warrior aspect I enjoy. Well, thanks, John. It was nice to talk to you, man. You have a good early bird special. Me and my wife, we try to do that too. You take care. It was nice hanging out. See ya. Every Saturday. So you're welcome. It sometimes is around 6, sometimes it's around 8, 9. But it all depends on how the day works out. Take care. Okay. 3, 4, 5. I'll do this real quick so I can turn the page. So I like to be on the page, right? Oh, we're getting close. I don't know if I'm going to, depending on how complex these guys are, I might do one. If it takes me like half an hour, I might just do one. But if I can do them pretty quickly, hopefully I can finish them in like 56 minutes, roughly. So I think that's a good time to call it. Because being an old fart too, I only have X amount of time to focus. See, I don't know. I like Marines, but Marines with flavor. Like if I would not want to play Ultramarines, although they have some kind of cool figures. Although the Victrix Guard, I always figured Victrix Guard look like they're riding their motorcycle and a pigeon hit them on the face. But I don't like straight vanilla. I like when they have something unique to them. That? Is that? This does not feel right. No, there, that goes. There it goes. Although some of the new Ultramarine models are kind of cool. And Marnie's Calgar is always fun. Although playing Space Marine 2 and seeing him come down with those fists and the bolter power gloves, I thought he looked a little bit goofy. Yeah, so many blueberries. And with crazy rules, man. Like the rules are insane. Like you saw Titus, right? He is a monster. It's like, oh, you killed me. No, you didn't. Very Angron. Okay, next page. All right, we're on to that. Yeah, it was a cool cinematic, but I just like you look at the Terminator armor with the both power gloves and the bolters on it, and it just looks a little ponderous to me. You know, I'm just like because he's like sort of waddling. But that the moment being in it, I remember being super enthused. You know, playing that and being like, yeah, it's the old man. The game was so great. The game was great. I played the multiplayer for a long time. Well, not a long time. For me, a long time until I got to like level 24. But then I think it stopped working at some point, and then I just lost the vibe because there was a patch where something went wrong with Windows, and like the virus guard or something stopped it from functioning. Okay. D13, D14, 1 to 60. Yeah. Weird. Carcharodon models. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're pretty busted rules wise. Carcharodon models are cool, but they only had like the one character who's pretty cool. Well, but I would like to see them fleshed out more for sure. They definitely deserve some coolness thrown their way. I mean, they used to have. I feel bad that the Raptors have sort of been like left behind. They used to have, their character model. They, Leas Isodon. They used to have their own detachment and stuff. Um, but now, like going into, I think it was like 9th and 10th, they got rid of all their stuff. And yeah, Tiberius is great. I'd like to see a dedicated figure for him. Do they have a dedicated figure for Tiberius? I don't think I've seen one. Okay, here, D1. I know if you go to Etsy, they have like an entire the Carcharodons. Is that how you say it? Carcharodons? I don't know. They have that entire fleshed out by the guy who does Daka Daka. They have like the entire all the stuff like thematically for them. And it's kind of cool, but some of the stuff looks good. Some of it doesn't, I felt, but it's kind of neat that 3D printing lets people flesh out all that stuff. Forge World Tiberius. Was he fine cast or resin? I haven't seen it. I'll have to go look it up. I need to look up the Raptors short story. Go look back through this log and see and get that in Tiberius. Yeah. Well, that's where I'm kind of like I try to follow. I get ideas for projects and I try to follow that, and that kind of gauges what I do. Unless I know I get something. Unless Games Workshop releases something I know for sure I really want to paint, like the Nightbringer, the new Nightbringer, then that is something that I can justify mentally. Okay, D2 is this. Okay, D60. I think might be over here. No. That's weird. I cannot find this piece. Oh wait, no, there it is. Oh, it's just a tiny foot. His claws came bent and busted. Oh man, that sucks. Cheap recast. Yeah. Have you found any recasters that you actually trust or had good experiences with? Because I've been asking people every now and a lot of them just say nope. They have not had good experiences. Okay, T52 and 8 and 9. So it looks like we have face and then big wings, which are these. Considering how these wings go, I wonder if he might be too big for the 40 millimeter base. Yeah, that's a big bummer. I may have to think about this. Maybe move up to a 50 millimeter base. War table games? Is that online reseller or recaster? I'll have to look into them. World Eater Terminators. Oh, I still haven't gotten ahead. Is it 52? I don't see any heads on this. Oh, there it is. Well, you know, sometimes you have to, you make up for the difference in price by a little bit of elbow grease. I use there's this one 3D printer I use all the time on Etsy called Scale Tails or the Scale Tails, and they have been exceptional every time I've used them. You clean all the resin, cure it properly, and get all the extra stuff off of it. They always stand by their stuff. They've always, like, whenever I've had like a problem, they once reprinted an entire piece, like an entire Imperial Knight that came out badly. It wasn't badly, it was just like parts of it were off of proportion. Yeah, you got to use super glue. And have you been using any accelerant? I find that really helps me a lot, is using accelerant when you're working with resin to get the joins to go faster, because otherwise it takes a good 30-60 seconds, and ain't nobody got time for that. I'm impatient. I am not sure if this guy's going to fit on a 40 millimeter base. Might not. I may have to do something. Yeah, I mean, that's a big difference, dude. You should look on Etsy, and you might be able to find some better deals. Heck, you probably already got your pipeline all set. I'll do that. Yeah. That looks like you're done. Need a leg. The biggest 3D printed like resin thing I got was a Tau Unar printed out. Like Tau Unar Titan. It's not really Titan. It's like 1.5 Imperial Knight size, but still pretty cool. And that came out pretty well. Of course, still haven't painted it. It seems like almost all the 3D printed stuff I have not painted. Oh, that reminds me. I painted a Empire War Wagon. I don't know where it is. It's not in my stuff. It must be in a box down in the basement for when I moved. Talking to myself. There we go. All right. Once I get this guy done, we'll see and use it for a gauge to see how long the rest of them will take. There's only 2 more. And I need to figure out if I can fit them on the 40 millimeter. And if I can't, then I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Because base sizes, I'm putting them for the old world, so base sizes kind of matter. Oh, Reaver proxy. Oh. Oh, nice. 3D Art Guide does some really good stuff. And yeah, pile of shame. Don't consider it a pile of shame, buddy. You consider it a pile of opportunity. You have options on what you want to do. That's the way I view it. I have options of what I want to work on. It's not shame. But 3D Art Guy, he has such good sculpts. The thing is, he doesn't practicality like of using it or playing with it with his sculpts, because he's got all the extra stuff, like all the little bits that can just break off, because they'll just be all over the dang place. Like I got a Mogan Ra sculpt from him, and it has all these like scarves flowing all over the place, and they just if you pick them up even a little bit quick, sometimes like snap, and I'm like, man, but it's so beautiful, such a nice figure. I would say some 3D Art Guy stuff is better than first party stuff, for real. Let's see, where does this go? They say this goes in his hair. Maybe let's trim this a little bit more. Okay, I think that works. So this goes there. Oh, that's nice. Nice. Okay. So apparently the leader of a Vargeist unit has extra tiny little wings. So cool. And this, I need to trim that as well. I missed this spot when I was cleaning it. "3D Arc," I also had like a Thunderhawk gunship. That was really cool looking. Or Thunderhawk, but taken to like 11. But to get it printed up and everything, it would be several $100s, and so still looked cool. And there's what is it, Station Forge? They actually have like a Warlord Titan that is not a Warlord Titan. It looks like its own distinct thing, but it's really cool looking. And it's huge. It's like bigger than an actual Warlord Titan if you print it to the specs that they have included. It's like, oh, that could be very, very cool. My wife would kill me. No, she totally would. Like yet another gigantic thing. We've already got all those Titans taking up one side of the wall. No, she wouldn't kill me. To be fair, she wouldn't. She would look at me funny and support me in what I'm doing. You don't like that one? If you look at it, okay, the illustration for it, Blood God, it does not look that good. But if you see it in the flesh, it looks really good, or at least in my opinion. There's enough hours between work, Jim. Yeah, those puppies. So long as you spend, an hour or two, that's enough. You don't have to do it. I mean, I'm kind of I'm realizing I've got enough projects and things to work on that I'm probably not going to get to all of them. That it's just going to be a while. And also you got to realize that you're always in different phases of, okay, I kind of want to get this to work on the future, and this is what I kind of need to do now. And, it's kind of like you're more just paying for the opportunity to do these things at some point down the line. And I feel like when I have choices on what to do, I don't feel that obligation that I have to get X done to go to Y to go to Z. Like I can say, you know what, I feel like painting vampires right now, which is what I'm doing. Because technically, I should be painting blood angels and finishing them. Technically. So I gotta get this leg connected. Not sure how. This does not have a good join either. Well, see, that could be the thing. I get sometimes when I decide I want to do a particular thing, I'll realize like the entire scope of the thing and be like, oh, I don't want to deal with all of that. So that's when I try to break it down into smaller pieces. Where like I say, okay, today I'm just going to prime and I'm going to zenithal, or I'm going to slap chop ready these figures and get them ready to go into the smaller next step. And that's what I try to do. And that's sometimes why I have like 3 different projects going at once. Like over here within arm's reach, I have a piece of terrain, and I have a squad of Blood Angel intercessors. I have those lightning claw guys and this Soulblight Grave Lords. And I work on them just with whatever I feel like is the mood at the moment. That's why we have piles of shame, I guess. Okay, where am I? Oh, so he needs his head. Like those Blood Angel intercessors have been sitting there for over a month or 2. Well, if there's unbuilt plastic, I feel like, well, it depends. If it's a small box, I feel like, oh, I should get that done. Or if it's a plastic bag of something, I feel like I should get it done. But if it's a bigger box, I don't mind it being on my shelf. Not as much, at least. Yeah. See, I don't know if I prime something, to me that's a threshold. I'd be like, this means I'm painting it very soon, and yet those Blood Angels are sitting there mocking me, laughing at me. Okay, so this guy's arm goes like this. So these guys, I might be able to put them on the 40mm base, but I get the vibe like they won't be able to have 2 ranks because they've got big wings that go in the back. Very big wings. No, man. Dude, I am so far from being able to do commissions. For one reason, because I want to keep everything I paint because I'm very selfish. But also, dude, my painting is all simple tricks and nonsense. So much of it is just using these things to make it look better than I have any right to claim, because they're fun. They look good sometimes, but it's all like tricks that I've found from the YouTubes. But I do feel like I'm getting better though. Yeah. Well, I was all gung ho to get into a great groove with Demon Prince and got reared a little over. Oh man, oh that sucks, dude. Yeah, sometimes things can just throw you off that groove, that vibe. Let's see, I'm not sure how this guy goes on there. Like it interferes, life comes up. Is this right? This can't be right. It goes up like this. There it goes. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Sometimes I feel larger, like flesh-based figures, not armor, are harder to put together. Watching other people hobbies. Oh, good, man. Really, you just gotta do what you want to, what you're comfortable to do. And it's sometimes is nice to just to feel like you've made progress, even if it's just to prime something, put something together. It's nice to have that feeling of I've done something and you have something to show for it. You know, that's kind of like I got back into this. I used to play, video games, computer games and stuff, and online multiplayer and stuff. And that was kind of fun. There was accomplishment, there's skill and stuff. But it's such a different feeling to be after you're done with something to have an object that you're done with and that you can refer to something else. You can like look back and say, there, I remember making that. I remember painting that, whatever. All right, I think this got fit. I'll just have to maybe turn it to, oh no, I'm not going to put them in two ranks, so I should be all right with that. Nobody who I play Old World should gripe. All right, go like that. Yeah, those wings are pretty crazy. Although I think, man, I do not think I've got enough for me to do two more of these dudes. I think we're going to do this last guy, and then we're going to call it for the evening. It was really nice talking to everybody. This has been a lot of fun. Blood channel, I appreciate it. And John from earlier, and Smooth Jazz, if you're still here, Smooth Jazz. I think we're going to call it here. I'm going to go get me some tacos, because dang. All right. Those are some wings. Those are some definite wings. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm going to head out. Oh, let me. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys later. Talk to you. You take care. Ending stream now.